Okay, now I'm going to show you another way that you can, if you don't have anything to go off of to reference for the putting in a second shelf, if you just want to come back and just measure up where you want the bottom of the shelf. I like to use 12 inches just because it's an easy thing to remember. And kind of the cool thing about this, that's the only measurement you'll have to do in this whole process. Next thing you'll do is measure the width. So the inside, we're at about, it doesn't have to be exact, but we're a little over 28 inches. And so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take this ruler that somebody gave me for free, I guess at Bedmart, and I'm just going to score it a little past 28. Snap that off. And now I'm going to get a screw started, kind of more or less just going to line that up with my mark. And then I'm just going to run a screw through there. And then I'm going to take my little bullet level, just get that nice and level. Run a screw in over here. Apparently you got to be really careful so it doesn't split. And put another one in over here. Doesn't take much because it's not going to be supporting any weight. Now we have to attach the rail to the frame, and in order to do that, I use these little spacers here that have 2 screws in them, and these are made out of bamboo. They're really, really strong, and so the screws will go through the top and the bottom, and then our screw will go in between here, so there's no way that's ever going to split or pull out, so it's going to be really, really strong. So basically what we do is I just kind of use this just to reference to get an idea where that needs to go. It doesn't have to be exact, but somewhere around there. And then you just want this front edge flush. Putting a screw in the top or in the bottom. And one in the top. Let's come over and get an idea where it goes, somewhere right around in there. And then one in the bottom. Now the next thing to do, we're going to set our slide on here. And then I'm just going to slide that back so the front of that is just kind of right behind that line there. It's just a nice one to make sure it's out of the way enough. Then we're going to put our level on here. We're just going to get that so it's nice and level. That looks about perfect there. Pre-drill that. And come over and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so now it's back way too far, so I'm just going to move my side back and then just slide that back so we're just right there at the reveal. Put my bullet level on there. Get that nice and level. That looks pretty good right there. And we'll just pop these back off of here. Now since we have the doors in the way on either side, we need to use our spacers. So once again, we'll just use our 1¼ inch. Put the spacer on there. Now we'll do the same thing to the other side. We'll just put our screw through. Get it started in its hole here. All right, now we'll just line up the slides. Slide those in. Make sure they're set properly. Okay, just push that in all the way, and that'll, once those are in, that'll automatically line up the back. Now we'll just put a little weight on the back of that to keep it centered. And then just a all right, now we'll just put a screw on the other side. All right, we'll test that to make sure it shuts nicely. Then we'll just do a second screw on either side. All right, and then we don't need this in here anymore because it's not supporting anything. So we'll can take that back off. All right. And kind of the cool thing about this is if you start with the widest shelf and it's not over 36 inches, you can just use the same ruler for any time you need to do that. Just make it smaller if you need to. So anyways, that's another way of putting a shelf in with only having to measure one time.